Hello everyone, this is Lolcohol. In this video we're going to be crafting some fizz weapons. I'm going to be using the Citadel Bow just as an example, and just for the sake of transparency, I am in standard now. I did some crafting in League, got absolutely rolled, so I'm re-recording this in standard. And it's for educational purposes, so who really cares? So before we get to the crafting, and if you don't want to hear me talking about this, just jump to the time on the screen now and we can get straight to the crafting. But essences, why are they so good and when should you use them? Now, this is my opinion. Some people might have other thoughts about it, but the way I think about it, other than some of the mods that you can only get with essences from the, fancy corrupted ones, what's really nice about essences is the guaranteed mod, of course. So maybe you're leveling and you're a bit low on resistance, so you grab one of these ones that give you resistance. Sure, that's like very basic level essence crafting where you're just filling gaps. However, let's say there is one mod you really want that's kind of hard to get, but you also want another mod that bolsters it. So an example would be like this bleed bow. We want physical damage, good physical damage, but we also want that specific Elder bleed mod that makes it a bleed bow. Another good example would be with an int stacking chest where you want % life, but you also want int, flat int. So by using the essence, you're kind of cutting out half of the battle. You're always getting the one half and you're just chasing the other half of the thing you want. Generally, this is better when both of those modifiers are either prefixes or suffixes. That way you can focus on getting just those two mods. So in the case of an int stacking chest, the int and the %int are both suffixes. So you're just thinking about the suffixes when you're doing like that. And then you're thinking, okay, once I get those two mods, the int, the %int, then I'm going to move on to the prefixes. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, I'll try to explain it better. But yeah, having the essence guarantees half of the craft and solves half of the problem every single time, whereas something like fossils, there's a lot more randomization. You might get the one mod and not the other, and then another time you might get the other mod, but then not the other one. So essences are super, super strong when there are two mods that you want, and the essence guarantees you getting the one. So before we move on to the crafting, I just wanted to show you the difference between fossils and essences in this case. So let's say we want flaring, which we can pretty much guarantee with the essence, and this bleeding modifier, even just tier 3. You can see it'll take 161 tries, which would cost 1,768 chaos. However, if we just use a single Essence of Contempt, you can see we will get it in 28 tries on average, which is 238 chaos, which is, let's say, I don't know, 6 times cheaper, something like that. I don't know the exact math, but you can see it's much cheaper doing it this way. Let's look at the int stacking chest. So let's say we want tier 1 intelligence, which is actually lower than what we can get with essences. And here is the %int. We could use corroded dense pristine, get it in 119 tries, and it would cost us 2,500 chaos, which is about 25 exalts or something around there. However, if we use the Essence of Spite, we can get these two mods together, 1 in 43 tries, which is 344 chaos. Hopefully that illustrates why, in some cases, if you want just a couple of mods together, using essences is your best bet compared to fossils. If you skip that, welcome back, and we are going to get back to the crafting. So this guarantees ourselves flaring, so all we do is hit it, and then we should expect to see that bleed mod 1 in 28 times. Did we get it there? Attacks have chance to cause bleeding. Yep. Onslaught, physical, physical, fire, poison. I mean, there are some downsides to essences because they don't block certain modifiers. They don't enhance the chance of getting other modifiers, but you can still see when there's very specific mods that you want, it can be better to use this, especially when both are suffixes or both are prefixes. Still no. Whew. Damn, that's kind of interesting, but not very good. Okay, bow gems, fizz, cold damage. Not very good. Aha, okay, so this one is not quite right, but the poison is the same weight as the bleeding mod. It's the same mod, but the wording is just different. Bleeding instead of poison, poison instead of bleeding. This one. Elemental damage, fizz damage, lightning damage. Attacks have chance to cause bleeding. Now those types of mods will show up more. Things like chance to cause bleeding if you're using jagged fossils. But like I showed, it will be harder to get those two mods. Okay. So essences now are also more like the start of a bigger craft in a lot of ways. It's either just a super simple craft to cover certain gaps, or it is the first step in a much larger craft. Oh boy, this one would have been so nice. Damage over time, fizz damage, obviously, and tier 1 attack speed. If we just hit that bleed mod, would have been so good. Screw it. This is standard. We can slam it. What? 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 No way! We hit tier 1 bleed. What the frick? Oh my goodness gracious. So, I cannot believe we just hit that. The chance of that was minuscule. But we have one small problem, right? This flat is... This DPS is really bad. It's 210 because we don't have percent fizz. So, again, this is standard. I don't really care. Let's try and null off that fire damage so we can craft on fizz. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, here we have an interesting situation. We could just go multi-mod, then craft on fizz and percent fizz. I mean, 3 crafted mods. Let's just do that. 3 crafted modifiers. Then we can go craft on fizz. Just burning Exalt because it's standard and who cares. I mean, 339 DPS. It's not very good. It's really not very good, but I can't believe we hit that. Anyway, again, it's standard. We're here for science. I'm not going to sell this, so let's just keep going. Pretend that didn't happen. Pretend that did not just happen. Okay, continuing on. Additional arrows, nice, but it is a prefix. No, it's not. Just ignore me. I was thinking of plus bow gems. That is a prefix, so we do not want to see that because that blocks our opportunity to craft on more fizz. Aha. Alright, so increased damage with bleeding. Unfortunately, that is tier 6% fizz, which is not very nice. Melee damage. Yeah, like that. That plus bow gems just steals a prefix. So we don't really want to see that. It's quite surprising. We have only seen that bleed mod. Well, here we have the tier 1 poison one, but we've only seen the bleed mod once. Whoa. Oh. This is pretty damn nice, right? So 378 PDPS, which is respectable, but what we can do now, and maybe you want to do this, there's a couple of things you can do, right? So you can either go to your bench and go prefixes cannot be changed, and then reforge with speed modifiers, which will guarantee, I believe, either projectile speed or attack speed. However, what I would do in this case is go over, scour this. We've got our pretty little prefixes all nicely set up, and then go 3 crafted mods, craft that on, and then go quality. Well, we could go, I don't know which one we would want. Maybe int or whatever. We'll go int or dex. Let's go dex, and then attack speed. I'm not 100% sure if the hybrid attack speed quality is better, but I mean, here we go. We got a nice little bow. 450 PDPS with this bleed mod. Let's type in 450. What's this worth? So I'm actually going to check the value in Ultimatum, because let's just pretend you are doing this in Ultimatum League. So 450 PDPS bow with this mod, which is, well, there you go, 27x. This one has fairly higher PDPS. This one also fairly higher. What's offline? Another reason I don't want to check the standard price is the standard has got the legacy variant, which will influence the value. But I mean, if we did this in League, we probably would have spent, I don't know, how many of these did we use? A few? Definitely not 20x. I think we could probably sell this for, let's say, 15, 20x in Ultimatum, and we didn't spend that much money. Got this beautiful bow, had to do a bit of extra stuff on the side, but here we go. We've got this. Hopefully this was at least somewhat interesting and gave you insights into how to craft some bleed and physical weapons without spending too much money. I'm not going to go the ultra mirror tier, you know, fractured base method, but this kind of shows essences can be really, really strong by guaranteeing a specific mod. So let me know what you think. Let me know what I did wrong, and let me know which items I rolled past that I shouldn't have. If you enjoyed the video, thank you. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe. Like and subscribe if you want, but you don't have to. Rip this headhunter. Bye. See you later.
Divine power! Divine power! It's launching, Exile. You're making me nervous.